Imagine this: no income, relying on your kids, no savings, and just a few thousand rupees for emergencies from some policies. How would that feel? It's tough, but it's reality for many. Reports show 68% of working Indians expect their kids to support them after retirement, but only 30% actually get that support. There are several reasons for this situation. Indian culture values extended families and expects children to care for their aging parents. However, these values are slowly fading as Western culture influences people to shift towards nuclear families. This often leaves parents alone in old age. Another reason today's youth may struggle financially later is their belief that wealth is only useful now, not in old age. While wanting to get rich quick isn't wrong, it's unrealistic. Not everyone has the resources to become wealthy rapidly. That's why only 85 out of India's 1.5 billion people are millionaires, less than 0.1%, which is very low. However, this number could significantly increase if Indian youth stop thinking they need loads of cash for parties, expensive stuff, and enjoying life. Instead, they should start believing that even if it takes time, they'll eventually achieve financial freedom. That's why Warren Buffett said, "Most people are poor because nobody wants to get rich slowly." Friends, if your goal is to get rich someday, then in this video, I'll share a plan with you. By following this plan and working hard for just 7 years, you can secure your retirement. You'll also have a substantial retirement fund and can create an emergency fund. Additionally, you can develop an extra source of income. Once you have these 3 things, you'll truly be financially independent. So let's quickly get into the details of this plan called the 732 Rule of Financial Freedom Plan. I'll use Akshay's help to explain it thoroughly. Akshay lived in a community where there was an uncle in his neighborhood named Sharma Ji. Sharma Ji had 2 sons and a daughter who all lived separately from him. Sharma Ji lived only with his wife and a maid. Akshay always wondered why, despite having a big family, Uncle Ji lived alone. So one day he decided to speak with Sharma Ji and invited him over for tea, starting the conversation with, "Uncle Ji, you have such a big family. You have sons, daughters-in-law, and a daughter, so why do you live alone? Do you enjoy living by yourself?" Hearing Akshay's words, Mr. Sharma became emotional, saying, "No son wants to be away from family in old age, but they're all busy with their own lives, forgetting us. They only send money when reminded. It's not their fault, it's mine. I spoiled my children, spent everything on them, saved little for retirement, and built no assets. I now see how painful it is to depend on others. If they don't send money, we struggle to meet our needs." Akshay was really upset by Sharmaji's story and he got quite angry with his kids. But then Akshay realized that Uncle Man is right. Thinking of your children as your own asset is indeed a very risky affair, and that was the day Akshay firmly decided that he would never make this mistake in his life, and he would start planning for his retirement from an early age. But Akshay also didn't like the traditional approach where people dedicate all their time, effort, and money just on improving old age. And in the end, don't even have the time, the most important asset. So he came up with a better and smarter strategy that only requires a few years of compromise on his lifestyle, and afterwards, he will not only secure his retirement but also create an emergency fund and an additional income source. And after all this, he would be free to pursue his desires without having to invest his entire life as it usually happens in the traditional method. Discover quickly how Akshay will do this. Also, friends, there is a bonus point at the end of the video for those planning on creating a substantial side income. So stay tuned till the end, friends. Akshay is a young man of 20 to 21 years who has a job where he earns decent income. He has no responsibilities except sending some money home to help his father. If possible, the rest of his father also earns now, so the household expenses are covered by his income. So a big positive point for Akshay is that he can save a decent portion of his income and invest it in a good place and grow. Then Akshay saves Rs 700 a month and invests them through SIP in low-cost index funds. The advantages of investing in low-cost index funds, that is, those funds in which fees and charges are nominal, are that if you are able to get good returns, then Akshay gets returns of 13% by investing in these funds, and Akshay takes another important step. Because of this, Akshay gets the flexibility to increase the amount of his SIP, and he also does so without hesitating. He increases the SIP by 10% every year. Akshay follows the same process for 7 years, and due to which Akshay's investment value becomes Rs 1262. At this point, Akshay closes the SIP. Now, if we assume that this amount will also grow at a similar rate of return, that is, at a return of 13%, Then by the time of Akshay's retirement, that is by the time of his 55 years of age, Akshay would have an amount of more than 3.5 crores, and if Akshay plans to retire by 60, if he has an amount of 7 crore 12 lakhs, then he will have an amount of 7 crore 12 lakhs. And even if these amounts are adjusted for inflation, a decent amount will be considered that Akshay has worked with discipline for only 7 years to create such an amount of capital. It is a decent amount. Look, if someone does a lifetime SIP, that amount will definitely increase significantly. But saving only for retirement and not enjoying life isn't a good plan. That's why the 732 rule method should be used to manage your finances. After 7 years of SIP, Akshay would be 27 to 28 years old. Now that's when families start looking for a life partner for you. Hi, and same case happened with Akshay. He also got married and Akshay became a bachelor to a committed person. Now Akshay's responsibilities increased, how his salary had also increased. But look, life is very uncertain. When what happens, we do not know. So, when you depend on someone else's life, then you have to walk a little carefully. Akshay realized that he should collect some funds for the emergency situation and also take some policies in his and his partner's name so that they could be useful to him during any bad event. So Akshay...
Hey folks, you're tuning in to this book on Pedias YouTube channel. If you're enjoying it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for Pedias.
Started saving Rs 5,000 monthly for the emergency fund, and the policy premium of 2,000 started going to him and his wife for 3 years. He saved every month and kept investing these savings through SIP again. He chose index funds to invest because there were some reasons for this. Number one, that nowadays it has become easy to withdraw money from mutual funds. It is not that you have to do a very long documentation process. Just in few clicks, you can withdraw like this, and secondly, withdraw from them. If you also get those who beat inflation easily in the long run, then the value of Akshay's emergency fund will continue to increase with time, and no matter how much inflation happens in the future, this fund will always be of his use. So after 3 years, the value of Akshay's emergency fund becomes Rs 221, which if it continues to grow till his retirement, then it will be worth 1.25 crores, which will act as a safety net for Akshay. Akshay will always feel secure that if his job goes out in the meantime, then he will have a fund with which he will be able to survive for some time and find a new job. Now, 3 out of these 732 rules mean saving for an emergency fund for 3 years. By now, a total of 10 years would have passed and Akshay would be almost 30. At this point, he likely has children too, as he's been married for 3 years. Now see, in 10 years, Akshay will have progressed significantly in his job. He'll also be earning a salary of 60 to 70,000. But inflation will also be rising and Akshay's family is growing, so his expenses are increasing too. In this situation, relying on a single income source isn't a good strategy, which Akshay realizes and plans to create extra side income. Akshay had ample life experience and contacts, so he used them to invest some money and create a few income streams. Some failed, but 1 or 2 worked out. Now Akshay also earns through his side income sources, greatly increasing his overall income. Akshay has saved for retirement and has an emergency fund ready. Now he invests his max income for his kids' future and spends on family trips. Creating memories is as important as investing. This way, Akshay is living a satisfied life with the help of the 732 rule. Friends, the 2 in this rule means investing time, money and effort for 2 years to create extra side income sources. However, in Akshay's case, I've used 7 plus 3. That is, after 10 years, it has been said to create side income sources, but you can do it even earlier. Whenever you get an opportunity, you can do it. The sooner you create extra side income sources, the sooner you will be able to become financially free, because you will get real financial freedom only when you earn money while sleeping, and this will happen only when you make passive income sources. Friends, before leaving, I want to share the idea of a side income source with you. We have a person named Shiva, who used to do a private job earlier, but 1 year ago, he started a side income which has become his main source of income today. And when there were parties, etc., they used to give this stuff on rent. Gradually, they kept adding more stuff to it, like catering goods or chairs and tables became extra. Whatever goods are used in weddings or parties, they started keeping it gradually, due to which they started getting decent rental income. There is a palace from which they are earning millions and spending a lavish lifestyle. Friends, this is the power side. Income sources and renting wedding accessories is a great side business, because when the wedding season comes, There is a lot of demand for all these things, and almost everyone's season seems fine. There is no active work to do in it, so it is not even an active thing to do. Clearly, there is a passive income source. So friends, for today, I just hope that you have liked this video and you have learned something useful from this video. If you have found the video a little work, then definitely like and share the video, and also subscribe to the channel so that you get all the updates related to the channel on time. Jai Hind.
Hey folks, you're tuning in to this book on Bookpedia's YouTube channel. If you're enjoying it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for Bookpedias.